and welcome back to S They Don't Tell You What About.
Shiz they don't tell you.
Shiz they don't tell you about.
We're trying to get monetized again.
We'll see if we, because sometimes we get the yellow monetization thing, which is like, because I think we say our podcast name at the beginning.
Oh, is that what it is?
That's what I'm guessing.
Oh, that could be. I always wondered about that.
I know. And sometimes we get it, sometimes we don't. But
Yeah.
we're going to try to be, we're going to just see what happens.
Probably we don't get it on the ones where you go, welcome to the Shiz that they don't not tell you, not tell you.
No, we do get it on those.
Oh, we do.
Yeah, they love that.
Oh,
It
okay.
loves, the monetization loves that actually. It works better. We get more money off of that.
No, I'm saying, that's what I'm saying. We don't get the yellow.
Yeah, exactly. If I say the podcast in a weird way.
Yeah, I literally,
Yeah,
so
you're
don't
welcome.
argue with me.
So I saved us.
Don't argue with me though. That's what we're saying the same thing.
Speaking of arguing,
Arguing?
Today, indeed, we're talking about relationship advice. Some have said, not us, we give the best relationship advice on all of YouTube.
That is true. People have said that.
And I don't disagree with
true?
it.
We
I find
don't know.
it's very complimentary.
I would have to watch all of YouTube to know if that's true.
Well, algorithms do that, and so people are like,
True.
I scour. We data scraped YouTube. We think you guys are the best at it. So,
All right.
hey,
Not bad.
leave us a comment if you agree, and if you don't, keep it to yourself.
Yeah, keep it to yourself.
Keep it to your dang self,
Rude.
dude. Whoa, you're rude, brother.
Yeah. But this is for entertainment purposes only.
Correct. And also, if you like this show, nothing helps this show more.
Then checking out our Patreon, patreon.com/sticky, STIKKI. We do Crypto Corner once a week.
Crypto's popping, baby. You're
Crypto
welcome.
is popping right now.
By the way, nailed the whole run. Anyway,
As he always does.
thank you.
And we do once a week live streams and a free roll poker tournament. Plus, you get the show a couple days in advance. And it's a great time in the Discord community.
I staked my reputation in October. I said we will be pumping in October. I said we will be pumping by the end of this month. No question about it. Like I staked my whole reputation on it, and we did. Go figure. Just lucky, I guess, as usual. Anyway, now we're getting into the end of the run. So yeah, enjoy. Crypto Corner is really fun right now. So biggest thing though right now is relationship questions, and this one comes from Reddit Relationship Advice, which says my brother-in-law. So this is a 56 man
Okay.
asking a 28-year-old female, and by the way, their brother-in-law.
Wait, he's the brother-in-law of this.
He's her brother-in-law.
Okay, got it.
He asked me for birthday segs.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. That's why I led with this one.
Okay.
Uh-huh. Do I tell my sister, 26 female, or approach my brother-in-law? So my sister and brother-in-law have been married for 2 years now. Started dating 4 years ago. I've had a ton of health issues this year. My sister has been working 2 jobs and almost every day of the week for several months. She's had no time to be there for me much. So I've been asking brother-in-law for help with things occasionally, which my sister was fine with. As a result, we've been chatting more, but I'm quite sure I've never given any romantic signals.
Guys are so weird.
Guys are so weird.com, .org, .edu,
yeah.
.gov, .net. Buy all the domains because it's going to be very profitable. They are financially struggling quite a bit. And I saw someone at my apartment was giving away free cat food, so I texted them and asked if they wanted it. They did. So brother-in-law came and picked it up the day before his birthday. We chatted for around an hour, and afterward he initiated this text conversation. Brother-in-law, I appreciate you so much. It was nice having a great conversation with you. Me, sure thing. I appreciate you guys as well. Smiley face.
And he's 56 and she's 28.
Correct.
Oh my God.
Brother-in-law, you guys, gotcha. He says with a smiley face, tears emoji.
Oof.
Brother-in-law, have you ever had a birthday wish, or this is a great setup. You ever had a birthday wish or any wish that you knew there were consequences for even asking, but you still wanted to ask anyway in hopes that your birthday wish could be true?
Is he a Leo?
Could come true? Me, can you elaborate? Can you elaborate, by the way, is not good to get back.
No. Not a sexy little flirty response. Yeah. Like, what do you have in mind?
Oh, I don't know.
Boy?
Like, a lot of people have fantasies. Cutie face emoji, laughing face emoji, send. Circle send message.
So send message circle.
I can't, unfortunately, he says. That's totally fine. He sent kissy faces before, she says. But I really, really just wanted to believe he's old and just doesn't understand the emoji.
Yeah.
I talked to my sister around a month ago, and she told me they're not having sex anymore because sex just isn't her thing.
Oh. Okay. that's a whole different issue.
So he's probably really good at it as well.
Right.
So I'm 99% sure he was asking for sex. What I really, really want to do is tell my sister and show her the text, but honestly, I don't know if she can handle knowing her husband tried to cheat with her sister at that. She got fondled for 10 years by our choir director as a kid, and her mental health was horrible for many years until she met brother-in-law. She's been doing a lot better, but she's also extremely emotionally and financially reliant on him and doesn't have any close friends. She's also working all the time, exhausted, and has been sick for the past 3 weeks.
Oof.
Brother-in-law has honestly been a great person up until this point. I've always felt uncomfortable with the age difference, especially given her history of the SA stuff.
Yeah.
But my sister was doing so much better with him in her life. Maybe this is just a poor judgment because he's desperate for sex. Since his wife doesn't provide that, he's also introverted, doesn't have many other women in his life, and wouldn't be able to afford an escort or anything. I also worry that if I tell my sister, she will backlash and blame me. As I've read this as a fairly common response to telling someone their significant other is cheating. I personally think that's true.
Wait, what was it?
Like the sister will backlash and blame the girl.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah. With all my health problems, I really can't afford to lose them from my life. I can't even work full time right now because my health is so bad, and might be homeless in a few months. Because I've had chronic illness for several years, I haven't had the energy to build up any kind of my own support network. And all my other friends live 1 to 3 hours away from me. So yeah. What would you do?
What an uncomfortable situation. Because like you need the help and you don't have any other resources.
Yeah, this is it.
To get help.
But then he's taking shots now.
Exactly. Now I'm just like so uncomfortable with him being there alone with me.
And you're like in a state of vulnerability.
Exactly.
So that's
and if you tell the
nice.
sister, then like you feel further alienated, basically. Right. Or if like they start going through a divorce or something, then like you're also not getting any help because they're busy with going through a divorce.
I know. It's a dicey one, huh?
That sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would be so scared of him coming over.
Do you think this is a toughie?
It's tough only because she like needs help.
Yeah.
I wish there was like anyone else in her life that she could get help from though.
I know, but
like,
she doesn't.
Literally, if there's like anyone else, even like some low cost help on like, I don't know, like I don't really know.
He is doing this for free. So do you just kind of like take it at this point? It's just kind of like, oh, I got no one else.
Yeah, until he like makes further advances. Yeah. I guess.
Because getting a bunch of kissy face emojis isn't the worst thing.
He didn't actually ask. He knew it was inappropriate, and he like didn't actually do it, but he like just alluded to that.
Have you ever had a birthday wish or any wish that you knew there were consequences for even asking, but you still wanted to ask anyway in hopes that your birthday wish would come true? I think that's pretty close.
Yeah.
Because why say something like that?
Of course.
Unless he's like, I hope Woo goes to freaking $4.
No, of course, but I'm just saying, like, in a tough situation like this, like, if she could go anywhere else, like, I would just cut it off, right?
Yeah.
But, like, if it's like a matter of whether or not this guy's a safety concern, like, he didn't go full-fledged into, like, some details, right?
Right. I mean, she's like, oh, can you elaborate? And he's like,
it's a shitty situation. Like, I really hate it.
Me too.
I would not want to be forced to be like around this guy's presence.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know, man, because like it's hard to say. I don't know how bad her illness is. I don't know like if she has any other options for resources.
Yeah.
You know, but I would like look into it. If it was me, like I would just like start looking at volunteer organizations.
But what do you do about the sister?
Well, that's a whole different thing. I would have to make sure that I was able to get taken care of. Like,
because you could blow the whole thing
This is
up.
a survival thing, basically.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like I'm good on my own and now like we can deal with the emotional aspect. It's like, well, I have to think of my own survival first.
Right.
And then I can start going into more, you know, the therapy of like, you know, addressing the problem.
So
emotional problems.
Some Redditors think that the best idea would perhaps be to show the sister the text and just say you don't understand what he means. And just kind of float it like that.
Like play dumb.
Yeah, play dumb. Like underhand softball it, you know?
Yeah, but like, so let's say
then she could slap him down a little bit.
For sure. But then okay, now I'd be worried about the guy being mad at me for showing the sister, and then now he comes over pretending like he's a nice guy, but then now he's wants revenge on me.
I think there's actually a trickier way you could do it. I would be like, hey, like, you think he's like trying to, you know, what do you think he wants? Like, you're his wife. Like, what do you think he wants? We could maybe make his birthday fun.
No.
Yeah,
I don't like
sus.
it. If anything, the thing I would do is tell him directly that I felt like that was crossing a line.
Yeah,
and that it's disrespectful to my sister.
That's really good.
I mean, that's the only way that I could handle that, because I think going behind people's backs and like telling on them doesn't help your safety situation.
Yeah, I really think that the brother-in-law opening with, I appreciate you so much. It was nice having a great conversation with you. Heart emoji.
Yeah.
Like, why say that?
No, that's fine. I think that's fine.
Is it?
Yeah, that's fine to me.
Okay.
The crossing the line part is when it gets sexual.
No, for sure. But I just even think that is like I think he's just setting the table a little bit.
For sure, but like, I mean, my like a grandma would do that. Like, we can't just assume intentions behind things based off of that. Like, I think that's a fine, like, if I left someone's house or
I've
whatever.
I've never done that before.
I do it all the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, I guess maybe sometimes, like, if we had a good JK shoot, I'm like, hey, boys, that was fun today. You know what I mean? Like, I don't go like, it just seems so intimate to be like, I appreciate you so much.
Yeah,
it
but
was
they're
nice
like,
having a great
they're
conversation
kind of like
with you.
family.
Yeah,
you know,
true.
like it's like.
But he is like 30 years older than both of them.
No, it's creepy for sure.
Yeah. I think that's what makes it creepy.
I'm just trying to.
But that's also the thing too. He has the advantage of everyone's like, he's a boomer. We don't know what's going on with the boomer brain and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also, I don't think that that's creepy.
Okay. Good to know. All right. Guys are weird.
Guys are weird, and also boomers do feel like they need to wrap up the interaction like that. You know what I mean?
I see what you're saying. Yeah,
they
like
used to send thank you notes and shit.
Good
like
point.
We don't really do that anymore.
Mm-hmm. Like I remember, I only say that because I remember specifically going on dates with so many bitches, right? So many sluts. And then afterward, like you're just like, hey, like that was awesome. Like when are we doing that again? Like that kind of thing. Like to me, that just feels like that, but maybe it's probably not the same.
I mean, do you do it in business?
No,
I do.
I should have done that with business.
I just don't think that. I don't think that particular sentence is weird.
Okay, fair.
I think kissy face emojis are fucking weird.
Yeah, fucking weird. Right?
Like if he ended it with a kissy face, same sentence, but with the kissy face at the
everything.
end, 100%.
Good point. Good point, Limo. All right, respect.
Emoji awareness.
Emoji awareness is big out there. We don't talk about it enough. We should.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. So, yeah, I would the best option, in my opinion, is just to assertively confront him, like not aggressive, just being like,
you have a relationship with him, so just like use that.
Just like when he's over, like, hey, I don't know what you meant by this birthday thing, but the kissy face emojis actually mean this, and I think it's a little disrespectful to my sister.
Yeah, it makes me uncomfortable. I don't think you know what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I would maybe treat him like a little kid.
Exactly. I'm not sure if you know what these mean, but they actually like are.
It just suggests that you're being weird, and I know you're not, because like you're my sister's like freaking husband. Like what would that be like?
Exactly.
Like you would never do that.
Right.
And then he's just like can have a big fucking red face.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. And then tell him how horny you've been lately.
Shut up.
You don't think that's a good idea?
No.
Okay, my bad. Okay, took a shot. Okay, this next one.
Yeah.
Relationship advice.
Okay.
How do I, 29 male, ask my wife, 26 female, not to fry eggs every morning in a huge amount of oil?
It's funny because Steve does this.
Here we go.
It's like a Steve-Nikki conversation.
Here we go.
Except I don't ask Reddit. I just go up to Steve and go, can you stop fucking doing that?
What the fuck are you doing? Why is the pepper all over my fucking eggs?
Why is it smoky everywhere?
She's like, I put a picture of your eggs, which I appreciate you making, on the internet, and they all said, why is there so much fucking pepper on the egg? I'll never forget that one.
Okay,
Every time I'm pouring pepper on your eggs, I'm like, remember, very light, very light. She roasted you pretty good on that one.
Yeah, I'm less about that, but more about when you like fill the entire kitchen with smoke because you don't understand burning points.
No, I do understand burning points. I just don't care. I like the sizzle.
You're disgusting.
It's like fajitas.
It's not about the sizzle. It's about
like
how the whole air is filled with smoke and carcinogens.
That part's a bummer.
Sucks.
But I like the fajitas aspect.
I can't breathe.
So like I like to make I make turkey bacon, right? And then like when I'm done with the pan, I put it right in the water, cold water right away, because I also don't want like the grease to stick to the pan or whatever like that.
That's not a thing.
No, so hang on. But then it reminds me of fajitas.
Also, when you put cold water in it, you're making the grease mix with the water and go down the drain.
No, it doesn't go down the drain. I leave it in the pan. And I let it coagulate, and then I throw it away in the trash can.
Then you don't need to put water on it. It coagulates on its own.
Yeah, but it doesn't make the fajita smoke.
I don't like the fajita smoke.
Well, you're wrong. You're just objectively wrong. Millions of Americans love the fajita
Also, we don't
smoke.
have the over-the-stove fan thing that sucks the
I
smoke out.
I wish we had that.
And we turned the fire alarm off.
I turned the fire alarm off.
Okay, thanks.
Not we, dude. All right, we got married in May this year and have been living together since. She and her family have this habit of frying eggs in a huge amount of oil. I mean, to each their own, I guess, but the problem I have with it is that every morning it stinks up our whole apartment with oil vapor to the point that all clothes in my wardrobe have that oil stench. It also leaves oil splatter and stains all over the stove and surrounding area.
I hate that part.
We are South Asian Americans who got married in an arranged marriage situation.
Oh.
We got to know each other quite well before we decided to marry each other. Sounds like you didn't get to decide that much, brother. The big point of contention was that she was moved from Massachusetts to D.C. post-marriage to live with me and has been very sensitive about anything she perceives as her having to make any changes, which I think is unfair because I made sure she was happy with the decision multiple times before we got married, and now it feels like she has some sort of resentment towards me because she had to move. So anything I do, she perceives as me trying to take her further away from her Massachusetts identity is received with a weird attitude and passive aggression.
I see.
Her family fries eggs that way too. And not to be rude, but their whole house reeks of oil.
Yeah.
I'm very sensitive to smell and always try to ensure I and my surroundings are clean and fresh. Our apartment kitchen has one of those stove and microwave combo setups where the microwave has a built-in exhaust. Mm-hmm. It's not really effective at all in pulling out the air. It just dissipates it all over the house.
Yeah, that's how our one at the condo was.
Yep. I've been trying to subtly mention how I don't like the oil vapor smell, and making eggs for her in a regular amount of oil and a bit of butter without stinking up the apartment would be the move. Mm-hmm. But I don't think she gets the hint or just ignores it. How do I bring it up to her without making her feel like I'm trying to change her?
Oof, that's a tough one, man.
Right?
Because these are
disconnected people.
Exactly. And it's also like when I tried to get Steve to stop fucking cutting chicken in my pans.
Yeah.
My non-stick pans.
You're being such a
like,
bitch.
He sees it as like, what? It's just a pan. And it's like, it's the underlying principle behind it that you're ruining the pans, and they're my pans.
By the way, that's a quote.
They're just pans.
That's a quote. Direct quote.
It's just a pan.
Thank you for quoting me accurately.
Get your own fucking pan then. Stop ruining my pans.
Yeah, and I did.
Yeah, and then you still ruined my pan. Because you like on one day just didn't have yours or whatever, so you decided to ruin my pan again.
I didn't have my pan at the time.
Yeah, right. We got in a huge fight about it because he's like, to him it was like just a pan, and like to me I'm like, you're ruining my things.
It's
disrespectful.
Quote me accurately.
It was just a pan.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's hard to explain to those stubborn people with hard heads.
Listen, some people do feel like, okay, for example, and I used this example recently. By the way, shout out to you guys, because everyone's told me that they now do their eggs this way. My mother was over recently for Thanksgiving, like 2 years ago.
Last year.
Yeah, and she was the biggest pain in my ass of all time. She was hovering over me at all times, trying to tell me how to do things all times. So I just got real defensive about it. And I was like, you know what? I'm doing stuff the way I do my stuff, right? And then she's like, Stephen Paul. She always says Stephen Paul when she's like, hey, pay attention to me. I'm like, shit. All right, I got to pay attention right now. Because I was trying to watch football too. And then she's like, Stephen Paul. She's like, just take the eggs, because what I like to do is like to crack the egg on the pan, right? On the side of the pan.
It would get all over the stove.
Sometimes, but not always.
And I stopped trying to stop him from doing that.
I broke her mentally.
Yeah.
But then my mother's like, Steven, just take the two eggs and smash them together. And it always cracks one of the eggs and not both of them because they both have different densities. And I was like, Mom, that is the stupidest shit I've ever heard about in my whole life. And then she took the eggs and did it. And I was like, holy shit. Like, that is incredible.
How do you crack the second one?
You take another egg.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And if you're out of eggs, then you're fucked. Can't do anything. You got to do the old method. But typically, because it's only you and me, we don't run out of eggs.
Right.
So like, that's the only way I do eggs now.
That's awesome.
I've been cracking eggs like that ever since. I don't make the splashies anymore on accident.
Yeah.
And that was one of those things where I was like, damn, dude, got to fucking take the L, humble pie a little bit.
Yeah.
And be like, thank you, Mom. That was cool. But like, I was being defensive because I'm like, I do it my way.
I know you're always like that.
And you know what I mean? Exactly.
Even if there's a better way.
But if there's a better way that I could see, I'm like, oh shit.
I know.
Hats off.
But sometimes if I'm trying to show you a better way, you just don't even want to look because it's like.
It's about my identity, brother.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's my humanity, dude.
Such a fucking weirdo.
You cannot take my humanity from me, dude. Okay?
Like the way you watch dishes. I wish your mom would have showed you that.
Listen, I think
I wish you would have gone, Stephen Paul, this is how you wash a dish.
No, you like the way I do dishes now.
I haven't seen you.
But you don't see bad dishes now. I do good dishes.
Yeah. I mean, we mostly use the dishwasher, but yeah, like.
But I do good dishes.
Okay, sure. But yeah, so I don't know what it is about. I don't know how to approach these situations because for me, I'm always about wanting to do the most efficient way. So if someone has a better way, I'm open ears. But like,
hang on a second.
What?
Because I introduced you to something pretty recently called CarMax.
Yes.
And you were the biggest hater.
Yes, because
the biggest hater I've ever seen.
Tell them how you introduced it.
Okay, so Limo has had a little cut on her lip.
I cut my lip.
Cut her lip, and she's been bitching about it for like 5 days.
Yeah, because it keeps reopening.
And unfortunately, we have, argumentatively, we have a shit for brains producer.
Okay.
Who told Nikki to keep it moist.
It was in the corner of the mouth. No. He said to not keep it moist.
Or not to keep it moist.
Yeah.
So dry it out.
So Mark once told us that he used to have this problem because it's like oral. He got oral thrush, which is a different thing, but it's similar to like, because I got a cut on the side of my, like when you yawn and it's cold and your skin's dry and it cracks the like side of your mouth.
Yes.
Okay, so I got that cut and I remembered Mark saying that he had oral thrush, which is very similar, and it wouldn't heal because it keeps is too moist all the time because of your mouth. So the only way to heal it was to use Dawn dish soap and to like put a saran wrap on it. And I just remembered that. And so I was telling Steve, that's why this is too moist. That's why it's not healing. It's been taking a week to heal.
And I was like, guess what, bitch? You're wrong. And by the way, Mark, not smart.
Well,
right?
He had oral thrush. That's different.
I said, Mark, not intelligent. Right? Quote me.
Yeah, he did say that.
Quote me. Okay. So then I was like, take CarMax, because when I was growing up, this is what we did all the time.
He was so mad at you, Mark, because
dude, I was like, shit for brains, quotes. Use my quotes, please.
Mark didn't even do anything.
Just catching strays. No, so I was like, dude, CarMax all the way up and out. She wakes up. That's last night, right?
This is not how he introduced it.
Oh, right,
he
you're
said,
right. No, I said my sister used to get blisters.
Yeah.
And we would CarMax it, and it would immediately clear it up.
My sister got cold sore blisters, and I'm like, I don't have cold sore blisters. And then he's like, well, you do have a blister. And I was like, I don't have blisters.
Syntax mistake.
So then I was like, well, if the CarMax helped her blisters, it's not the same thing.
I was trying to say the same thing, but again, I was raised white trash. I went to public school. We don't know everything.
Same.
Right? We're not trying to play Scrabble with your family. I'm at a heavy disadvantage.
We all went to public schools.
I went to San Diego County public schools.
We went to Santa Barbara County.
I went to Virginia public schools. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You have a tougher time.
You do whatever you need to say to.
You don't know things as much as
verify.
People. So then we just knew it as blisters when we were growing up, but it was the same thing. Cracked lips because of dryness.
Okay.
That's it.
Sure.
So I just knew that to call that blisters, and you like that's like a whole different thing involving herpes. And I was like, that's not what I was talking about.
Well, it could be herpes. Yeah, it's like cold
saying.
sores are different than like your lip cracking from dryness.
So I'm like, use the freaking CarMax. She eventually relented.
Yeah.
And thankfully she was tired enough. She just was like, all right, I'll just do it.
Yeah, because he got so mad.
I was mad. I was like,
he was cursing Mark.
Popping off on Mark.
I was like, for Mark's sake, I will do this.
Yeah. That's so stupid. So then she wakes up this morning and she was like, she didn't even want to tell me.
I told him though.
She didn't want to tell me.
It did work.
She's like, okay, I have to tell you something, but I don't want to tell you this at all.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh my God. Yes. And then you're like, the CarMax worked.
Okay, so I relented within minutes.
Bro, you were putting up a fight
under
for
an 15
hour. Minutes.
Yeah, like 15 minutes.
15 minutes.
Okay, how many fights do we have over the course of days do we have about the pans?
Maybe like 75.
Yeah, like a lot.
How many days have we been together? That's not that much. That's
it was
ridiculous.
just one issue.
It's very silly.
It's very. I have to pick my battles because I don't know what Steve's attached his identity to. like I get scared to tell him that he hung the picture frames crooked because maybe that's the way he learned to do it.
Oh, you're not scared to tell me that.
Now
Oh, you're not scared to tell me that. You tell me right away, brother. Shut the fuck up.
Well,
like,
they're always
don't act like
crooked.
you use kid gloves with me. You don't.
That one I know that it's not attached to your identity
She
because
tells me straight
you don't react
up.
viscerally to that one,
Bro,
so it's not attached to your
All
identity.
day, this chick tells me what I can't do or what's crooked or what's
No.
all day.
I'm not gonna. I mean, like, yeah, if a picture frame is crooked, I'm gonna tell you it's fucking crooked. I'm
I
not gonna
don't
let
disagree.
you. I'm gonna let you fall on your face
I don't
like
disagree.
that. But that's like for the benefit of our team,
Yeah, fair.
you know. And so,
Fair.
like, to me, this man has the benefit of the team in mind that he doesn't want their house to smell like oil.
Yeah.
And that's just like how I don't want our house to smell like fucking smoke for 5 hours.
Yeah.
And it gets all over everything. I can't see. My eyes are burning. It's
little
like
dramatic.
hurts to breathe. Like I don't even want to go downstairs. Like it just sucks. At sucksallaround.com.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, I haven't experienced it in a while. I think you stopped making turkey bacon for a while because
did.
like that's really what was doing it, and
Yeah.
it was intense, bro. But like you think it's like some knock at you. So like I'm on the guy's side.
Yeah.
But I don't know how to approach it because I have the same issue.
Got it.
We're married to the same person,
Yeah,
basically.
Yeah.
Freaking stubborn ass.
I get it.
The girl's probably a Virgo.
Gotta be. Gotta be. Anywho, we're about to go on a break.
Okay.
And when we come back, even more relationship advice from the two goats.
The goats. Hey, we're on a break right now, and I guess we're supposed to promo our show.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about our show.
We're going to talk about a show that you took a break from to like
Right.
talk about how you should listen to our show.
Technically, we're not on break. We're still working.
It's called Shit They Don't Tell You, and it's all the shit that we wish people would have told us that we had to mess up on and figure out ourselves. Now we're telling you about it.
That's it.
And sometimes we answer questions that you send in, and sometimes we judge other people's situations.
So keep listening and check us out on Patreon, patreon.com/sticky. Thank you.
And shout out to Brian Jorgensen.
And welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to S They Don't Tell You What About.
They don't tell you what about.
Let's see if this works. Okay.
Check it out.
Oh, here we go. Carmax. She's Carmaxing them lips up. If you're not watching us on the tubes, you're missing out on a hot little scene. Yeah, do it, Limo.
Good, yeah.
Do it. Yeah, put it in there. It feels so good. Don't come.
I watched this lady decorate a Carmex tin, like not these tubes, but like the tin.
Yeah.
And she decorated it so fancy, and it made me want to use Carmex just because I want a fancy tin.
Well, too bad your husband had to make you do it instead.
Well, I didn't know I needed it.
All right, here we go. I, 31 female, just found out my husband, 28 male, cheated on me in the early days of our relationship. Yeah. I got married about a month ago to who I thought was the love of my life, the sweet, loving man I give up my entire life and moved continents for. And just found out he was unfaithful in the early stages of our relationship. I don't know if I can forgive, forget, move on. And I'm hoping someone in a similar situation can offer some advice. For background, we were previously in a long-distance relationship. Yeah, I think we got that. And I was living in the U.S. He was living in the U.K. Before officially becoming exclusive, we were quite serious in our language towards each other, always making plans to be together and get married someday. I had to use his phone to test call me because I have a UK number now, and he was having issues with my ESIM and voicemail. I assume that's the international line. There were some notifications coming in from a girl on Instagram that was always suspicious to me in the past. In the early days of our relationship, he had mentioned hanging out with her a few times, and he was incredibly vague. When that wasn't typical for him to not be telling me lots of details about his friends and plans.
Right.
We've been married for a month now, and I just wanted to clear my conscience with this, so I searched her name in his WhatsApp. Invasion of privacy, I'm aware, but it's done.
It's these like hunches that you have, woman's intuition.
Yeah, woman's intuition, dude. I tell you what, these women, their intuition.
It's never been wrong.
There is nothing recent between them other than casual, sporadic chat, but then I scrolled just ever so slightly up and found them making plans to meet up just after I had left him, after I had left a visit to him in the UK.
Ew.
I scroll up a bit further.
That's grosser.
I like how she keeps saying a bit.
Yeah.
This bitch is scrolling
She
with
wrote
her
the-
full
yeah, she wrote
thumb.
the whole thing.
Full thumb. All the way up. Come on, dude.
Yeah.
I know how these bitches are. All right. This went on sporadically for the first 2 months of our official relationship.
Oof. Like, why even agree to be exclusive?
Also need to add, we did become exclusive. When we did become exclusive, I was visiting him in the UK.
Yeah.
And I spent the first 2 months physically with him there.
Whoa.
Oh, so it was happening while she
While
was
she was
there,
there?
brother? Oh.
That's way different.
That's a big no, as
I
they
mean,
say
like,
in the UK.
it already sucks he was cheating, but I was like, well, okay, long distance. I could see how he's like,
Yeah.
and it's the beginning, but like, she was fucking there.
In the UK, they call it a no.
A no. A nor.
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 Thank you. With the R.
Yeah.
Hard R. That was the longest stint we finally got to be together in person, and to be honest, it felt magical. It was probably the happiest time of my life.
Whoa.
Until now.
Ooh.
While we're on our honeymoon phase.
Yeah, that taints everything.
While we were in our honeymoon phase bliss, he repeatedly sexted with her, saying things like miss you, need you, and more graphic language that I'll leave up to the imagination.
Oh, no.
I also saw texts from the day I arrived in the UK, which I thought was supposed to be a pretty special, pivotal part of our relationship. Prior to my arrival, we agreed about 2 months prior we would be exclusive with each other, since I was making the commitment to come for a 2-month visit, and we would be able to begin our relationship in person. When I confronted him about all this, he did break down, not denying it, but just saying he's a people pleaser and felt like he couldn't end things with her over text, and he was too cowardly to do it, even though it went on long into the early days of our official relationship. He also told me he had been sleeping with her since 2022, something he neglected to tell me when I asked if anyone was in his life like that when we were in our talking stages.
I don't get it.
He then told me he slept with her a few times just 2 weeks before my arrival in the UK, well within our exclusivity period.
Okay, so she wasn't there yet, but still, it's still gross and bad.
Yeah, and he was doing shit while she was there.
Ew.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I don't.
But get ready for this.
Okay.
Limo. Before you say that, he keeps saying how sorry he is.
Okay, it's fine then.
So now you kind of know.
Yeah, it's fine then.
Now you know the full story.
Here's what it's about. It's not even about what happened. It's about the fact that he could look you in the eyes and make you feel like the most special person in the world while he was doing that behind your back.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how do you ever trust that person? If that's what they're capable of, like, how... It changes everything. It changes history, basically.
Yeah.
So, like, in my history of us together, like, if I'm her, I'm like, this was the best period of my life. You know, like, this is where I fell in love.
Like,
this is the beginning of our love story.
I know, man.
And, like, the whole time, he was just a fucking liar and a cheater.
The building blocks were on mud.
Tainted.
Yeah, on mud.
Disgusting. And like, if he could do that back then when you're supposed to be the most into each other, like can't stop thinking about each other, obsessed with each other, that's when like you're the most infatuated with each other.
Yeah.
Then what is he capable of now?
I know. Now that you're into poker a lot too, it's like, ooh, he could be doing all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, I'm out, man. Like I'm out. Like I'm sorry. Like there are circumstances where I think maybe it could be forgiven.
Yeah.
Especially with the long distance aspect of it. Like, is it a gray area whether you exclusive, blah, blah, blah. But this is like gross.
Yeah.
This is too gross.
Yeah.
And I don't buy the fucking excuse of like, I'm a people pleaser. I couldn't. And when you're sexting her,
it's pathetic.
You're being the aggressor.
It's pathetic.
It's not like she's being the aggressor and he's like, oh, I think I'm going to try to graciously like maneuver this.
No, he's like, show Bob, show Vagine.
Ew. Yeah. No, I can't. It's like, it's one thing to physically cheat, but the other thing to like lie about your entire character and our history is like tainted.
Well, the beginning of the relationship too is often what people ask about.
Yeah.
And then now that's completely tainted.
It's the love story. Yeah.
Completely tainted. So every time that gets brought up now, you're thinking about how that happened. I met her and
I fell in love. And then she came to the UK and I just couldn't take my eyes off her. Like that's the story that was in my head. And now it's like, oh, that's what he told me while he was fucking some girl on the side.
Yeah.
What?
Within the exclusivity
so
period.
The guy that here's why it matters is that the guy I fell in love with was a lie.
Yep.
I couldn't deal with that. Like I don't think the slate could ever be clean from that.
Yeah. The whole thing becomes like your whole story is just tainted now.
Yeah, that's so gross.
It's a rough one, dude.
Yeah, I can't.
I say because he's so sorry though. Like that, I really was thinking one way, but then I found out he was so sorry.
Yeah, he was so sorry.
I just find that so interesting.
You know who else tends to be like so sorry is narcissists when they love bomb you.
Oh yeah, explain love bombing to people.
Oh, it's like they're so sorry, and so they give you a big speech about like how you're the most important person ever, and then they do some gesture that shows that they've changed.
Yes.
And they might shower you with gifts and like and might want to spend all their time with you and be infatuated with you again, everything you always wanted them to be, and then within like a few weeks they're back to being a shithead.
She's talking about it like that's a definitional example, nothing from her history
Absolutely not.
At all.
Wouldn't know anything about that.
No. Just help me give terms out there for everybody who's listening.
I had a fever dream about it once, just a terrible nightmare dream about being in a relationship with someone like that.
Yeah.
Thank God I don't know who the fuck they are because they don't exist in my mind anymore.
Thankfully, you don't have actual reference points for that.
Thank God.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm relieved that I'm a guilty boy. I could never, ever even think to cheat on my Nikki.
No.
But it'd be fun.
It'd be so fun.
It'd be so fun.
You want to just do it for a day?
Yeah, just like if I
Just
could pull a real
day?
caper, you know?
Fucking,
if I could really pull it off.
It's exciting.
Triple homicide, murder, suicide. To quote my friend Nick Dunn.
Yeah.
Triple homicide, murder, suicide.
Like, who are all the people?
I don't know. Just everyone's dying.
Triple homicide and then a suicide. So who's the third person?
I don't know.
Someone else.
Yeah, we just went crazy.
Catching strays. Yeah.
I think the sprinkler guy.
The mailman was just walked by at the
guy
wrong
is out
time.
in the yard. He's just
wrong time.
Picked the bad time to try to fix the damn thing. Yeah. So.
Yeah, no, I don't know how the guy, and then to just live that life for years, like that to me just says like you don't have the same emotional things at the scale as me. Like if I say I love you and you say I love you too, your I love you too doesn't mean the same thing. Like
exactly.
And so I think you're reciprocating what I'm feeling, but you have no idea how to even feel that way. Mm-hmm. I think it's like sociopathic, honestly.
And you had to pull off like going on dates, probably like doing stuff too. All that like with a clean face, smiley face, taking lovey-dovey pictures, all that stuff. That's wild to me as a guilty Catholic boy.
No, same.
Oh my goodness. I would be like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Why even agree to be exclusive? That's my thing is like, if you knew that you were still like gallivanting around with other women, like why even... It must be a power thing, right?
Move.
Like you want your cake and eat it too?
Yeah.
Like why even trap this poor girl?
I think that maybe he wasn't sure he was into her probably. Speaking from a guy's perspective, because like we're so into the physical stuff sometimes.
Yeah.
Like until he's like in the same room as this cunt.
Yeah, but then she was there.
Oh, I know. Yeah, that part's wild.
Yeah.
No, that part's wild. But in the preamble, I'm saying.
Yeah.
Before she got there. I kind of can understand that a little bit, but still, you don't say like, "Hey, we're exclusive," and then I'm gonna still do this.
Right.
Stuff. Yeah.
That's like you have to be a big boy and be like, "Hey, I'm not sure yet. Like, let's date for a little while." Yeah, like I like to take things slow. That's the line. Is like I'd like to take things a little slower until we're more physically together or whatever.
My move was like, I'm still hung up on my ex, so like, I can't really do anything yet.
And then we banged the same day.
Yeah. Well, I didn't say that to you. I said
no, I know.
Somebody else flicking off.
I said it to somebody else while you were seeing me.
Yeah.
But we weren't like official yet.
No.
Yeah.
But we were. I mean, we did on our first day. We were official, brother. It was done.
I told my friend I was gonna marry you.
I was donezoed out, dude. Yeah. I completely ghosted this chick I had been talking to for like a month.
Yeah.
I completely ghosted her.
Well.
Credit to me.
You should hit her up. God. Yeah, I guess I just can't imagine.
It's because I'm so guilty though that I was like, I think I gotta ghost her.
Like, you think the slate could ever be clean?
No.
Not from that.
If I found out, like with our story, that you were cheating on me with some dude in the beginning
like
days
in the
of our
beginning when we're like obsessed with each other,
what the hell is real?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, and if I'm capable of fooling you in the beginning that hard,
exactly.
See, that's what I always went to too with.
I'm like, are you even playing poker, Limo?
With my ex that is just a fictional ex that I had. It was like a bad dream about. Yeah. Is that I was like, if he's cheating on me now when I'm at like my quote unquote prime, like my early 20s, then what's it going to be like when we're in our 40s?
Right.
You know, like if he's cheating on me now, it must not be like a physical thing. It's like a more of a power trip thing. It's
Right.
more of a like, I think it's like deep-seated issues thing.
Yes.
Like, it's not about the physical. It's not about me. It's about like,
You were like 24?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if he's cheating on you then, how's he going to cheat on you in
right.
your non-helper
How is he
era?
going to, exactly.
Like when you're not helping.
I'm not helping. Yeah, my
Yeah, your
non-helper.
non-helper
Exactly.
era, yeah.
Well, he wasn't exactly a helper.
Well, I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
now you're in your non-helper era.
I'm in my non-helper.
And,
era.
like, that's, like, you know, if I wanted to cheat, I'd be like, probably pick the non-helper era if you
yeah,
wanted
yeah,
to
yeah,
do it
yeah,
at
for
all,
sure.
right?
Are you going
Like,
to cheat on me with my
no,
non-helper?
I'm
era?
just saying, like, that's when you do it. Not like when you're 23 and, like,
You're going to cheat on me
you're
with
just
my
down.
non-helping era? Are you serious,
no,
bro?
No.
Just because I'm not helping in this era?
It's like the stupidest line you've ever come up with.
I know.
I love it.
So, like, I was exhausted from London. We went to London like a week ago or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago.
And then we came back right before Thanksgiving, and I was just so exhausted. But Steve had already planned to like cook a bunch of stuff, so it wasn't like I was giving him extra jobs.
No.
But I just didn't want to do anything. And my parents are really chill. They came in; they were the only other people there, and they don't care about doing anything either. So I knew like I could get away with just not doing anything.
Yeah, I didn't do shit.
But then like Steve cooked everything, and then I just said I was in my non-helping era.
Yeah, it was great. It was, but that was the plan.
Yeah.
But I actually didn't plan on you making anything.
Yeah, I didn't.
Because usually I get
We
like
didn't talk
this
about
cornbread thing that you get or whatever, and I asked you
Yeah.
about it. You're like, I'm not gonna be able to make anything, and I was like, hell yeah,
Yeah.
Good. Even better,
I
honestly.
knew I was going to be stressed out.
I like
London.
having the whole kitchen to myself and not having to worry about it.
Yeah, same. It was the opposite of last year.
Yeah, it was opposite last year. But then also I did all the Christmas decorations at the same time,
Yeah, that was crazy.
and I did all the outdoor Christmas decorations.
How did you find the energy?
I just am a G, dude. I think I'm a legend. Honestly.
I think that you were just like excited to do those things
No. I think I'm a legend.
because you didn't begrudgingly do it. You were like couldn't wait to do it.
That's true.
Yeah.
I even like was out there making sure I knew where things were the day before.
Yeah.
Just
That's
to make
the
sure.
thing is like you have to be in your non-helping era when the other person's in their super helping era.
True.
Yeah.
Facts. Big facts.
And that's why we work.
Love that.
We're in alignment
We're in
with our
total alignment.
eras.
Well, no, but even then, I don't want your help doing outdoor Christmas decorations at all.
Yeah.
That's my job. It's my trophy. It's my award when we win it every year, right? Since we moved in. So yeah,
So yeah.
it's my glory.
Okay, got it.
And this year
Understood.
I complete the dynasty.
Understood.
I'm going to win on our block and I'm going to complete the dynasty, and that's forever. And they can never take it away from you.
I like it.
Yeah.
They can never take that away
They
from
can
me.
never take it away from you. If you did it triple Pete,
We have three.
It's never been done before.
We'll have 3 prizes from it.
it's never been done before.
It's never been done before.
So it's the first time
People
for
have
everything.
tried.
I know. It's the first time for everything. It's like us and the Kansas City Chiefs right now. That's what the conversation's
Triple
all
crown.
about.
Yeah, that's the conversation.
You know what I mean?
That's, I mean, that's all everyone's talking
Everyone's
about.
talking about that. So,
So.
we'll see what happens. Fingies crossed out there, kids.
All the fingies.
All the fingies.
Yeah. So, yeah, I guess you just got to break up. I don't even know what to do. I can't. Some people can handle like cheating and coming back from cheating, but I just couldn't. I don't think I could deal with that heartbreak. I don't think I could look you in the eye again
Yeah.
and trust you ever again.
I think so. It's foundationally effed.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So.
Break up. Mark, hit
but
the break up
also
button.
like
Break
good for
up.
you for like trusting your woman's intuition. I know it's shitty that you would because okay, here's the thing: if you go through a phone and there's nothing there, you're a piece of shit. But like if you take that gamble,
That's funny.
like you're right.
Yeah.
Like I mean, I had to check for my own sanity because I was
Yeah.
being gaslit to fuck. Like where I almost did some very dark things because
Yeah.
I thought that I was losing my mind. And so I needed some evidence that I wasn't crazy.
Yeah.
And so as much as I completely disagree with looking through people's phones, having that evidence was just so validating and made me feel like I had my sanity. And I needed that. And we did break up, but like I needed that evidence because I was being so gaslit.
If you did go through the phone,
Yeah.
pure question here.
Yeah.
Find nothing.
Yeah.
Do you go, hey, guess who's a piece of shit?
No.
No? Never admit it, right? Never cop to it?
I just
That's funny.
I feel like a piece of shit and I commit to never doing that again.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Because then now he's right, and now I have to deal with my own issues and go to therapy and like
Got
figure
it.
out like why my sanity is missing.
Word.
Like why am I so paranoid and accusatory of people then, you know? But like
Totally.
I was 100% right, and even like grosser than I thought.
Way
Like,
grosser.
Way grosser than I even thought. Bless you.
Yeah. Yeah. Pictures of topless chicks on a hard drive is pretty wild.
unconscious
Unconscious is the wilder part, I think.
and me being in there.
Yeah, that's pretty insane.
Okay, yeah. So we don't have to get involved.
Send me that.
Anyway,
That's all the time we have.
that's all the time we have. But yeah, that's a tough one. Sucks to be like
Sucks.
just to find out like later.
Sucks to suck.
Sucks to suck, and that's what we say. Merry Christmas.
That's right. Merry
And
Christmas,
Merry
everybody.
Christmas.
And Merry Christmas to
Yeah.
everybody.
All right.
All right. Love you guys.
Peace.